In August 22nd, an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog was, however, made by the creator, John R. Dilworth, deemed to be too scary to air even for show standards. In 2008, during the graveyard hours of Cartoon Network, the episode finally aired after Robot Chicken. It was either deemed an accident or a mistake. The show began with this opening. The episode was about Eustace trying to build a pool. He was dressed in construction uniform, and he was digging while he yelled at Courage to help. Courage obliged, and ended up digging the golden music box. Courage very quickly hid it in the house to give it to Muriel. It then cuts to a scene when they were swimming, and 3D corpses arose from the pool and grabbed Muriel and Eustace by the necks and strangling them. One of them entered the house to finish off Courage. It then cut to the living room where Eustace and Muriel were laying in front of their chairs with their throats slashed. From the stairs arose a figure that resembled the Grim Reaper. He walked down the stairs, Courage's neck in hand, and the dog looked at his neck had been snapped by the creature, walked towards the camera before pulling his hood down. There was no skull beneath it, like the typical Grim Reaper. Instead, it had a rotten face with burns on it that looked like if they had been scalped. The figure then stares into the camera. The music box began to play a creepy and distorted lullaby. When it screamed again, began to pick up bits of rotten flesh from his head, before then pulling the top of his half of his skull off the creature. It ate it before it used its rotten fingertips to write a word on the screen. It translated to August 22nd, 2002, just like the black screen. The episode then cuts to black as the credits played, except for the song playing was replaced with the shrill screams of the creature blended with the heavy rock. The episode finally ended. And that, my pretties, was Courage the Cowardly Dog banned episode. A Courage the Cowardly Dog lost episode creepypasta written by Fire Flower Films. My final thoughts on this story? Okay. There's definitely a lot of issues with this story that I do need to, point out. First off, the grammar. There were a lot of grammatical errors in the story. The other ones weren't so bad, but this one is just... There's just a lot of problems with this story I can definitely point out of what's going on. So, first of all, there is the creator, John R. Dilworth. He made the episode that was deemed too scary. Okay, that seemed like an interesting concept, although a lot of creepypastas have done that before. So, that's one of the cliches I can definitely point out. And Graveyard Hours of Cartoon Network, the episode aired. Okay, was it either deemed by an accident or mistake? Maybe it might have been a glitch in the system or something. I don't really know, to be honest. That literally just makes me wonder why that's the case. There's absolutely no reason or anything for that. It honestly just... I don't know what it is. It just doesn't really work with this story. And I'm definitely being honest. And the show began with a black screen with the letters saying August 22nd, 2002, the pool. Okay, there's a big problem with that. There's basically no context as to why that happened or anything. So it obviously is another problem that I really have to say that didn't really sit well. And basically the pool episode is about Eustace trying to build a pool. He was dressed in the construction uniform as he was digging. Okay, there's a big run-on sentence right there. From he to all the way to Muriel. There's no punctuation in this story. There's no punctuation, and this story was really hard to read because of the fact that there's no punctuation marks. There's no commas, there's no periods. It obviously just, there's barely any periods, but there's no commas to separate this and just for me to take a breath. People, learn proper sentence structuring. There is no excuse for anybody to sit there and, make this a little difficult. There's absolutely no reason for it. That just literally makes me wonder, why is that the case? I don't understand it. I really don't. I generally don't know. That literally just makes me wonder, is like, why the hell is that's the case? Like, why is there, oh, I I don't understand this. I really don't. I mean, the episode concept seemed okay about Eustace trying to build a pool, okay, but the fact that, it just, there's no punctuation to help separate this, so I had a hard time trying to sit there and, pretty much, sit there and, there's no punctuation to, you know, fix that. I'm just really stunned by the whole thing. And this honestly just really doesn't work out with the story. And then it cuts to a scene where there's swimming 3D corpses arose from the pool and grab Miriam and Eustace by the neck and strangling them. There's a problem with that. For one, there is no reason, or there's no valid reason as to why corpses rose up from the pool and grabbed Muriel. There's absolutely no reason. It honestly just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. So that obviously is just one thing I can definitely say. It just didn't work with the story. It just didn't. So there is a problem with that. That's literally something I'm definitely going to say. Okay. And the fact that, pretty much what happens is that, and one of them entered the house to finish Courage off. Okay, there's literally no explanation or anything like that really doesn't really do much. It just didn't really, it just doesn't work with this story, like, why would there be corpses, rising from the pool? There's literally no reason for that. There's no reason for that context. There's no context with it. There should be, at least some believability or something to at least help that story. There should have been something to at least help. But that's not the case with this story. That literally there's no reason. I literally just don't understand this. Okay. I had to take a few minutes to process this. It cuts to the living room where Eustace and Muriel are laying on their chairs with their throats pretty much slashed from the stairs, and there's a figure that resembles the Grim Reaper. Okay. Eustace's name, the letter E, is not capitalized. Whenever there's a name of a person, place, or thing, you have to sit there and pretty much, what was it? Oh yeah. You have to sit there and pretty much capitalize a person's name. At the beginning of their name. That's something you always have to do. And the Grim Reaper walks down with Courage in the hand. I mean, there's no reason for everybody dying at the end. There really isn't. That really just doesn't make any sense, because there's no context with it. It obviously just didn't work out. And that just really, I'm trying to not get angry or anything here, but this is just, it just didn't really make sense. It doesn't sit there and do that, anything like that. It just doesn't. There's no reason for it. There literally isn't. Okay. And then it comes to the end. There was no skull underneath the Reaper, except there was a rotten flesh. Okay, why that's the case, I have no idea. I generally don't know why the person decides to sit there and do that. Like I said to I'm going to say this to the author, and I'm going to say this, I know I should have said it before, but I'm not doing this criticizing to sit there and make you upset or anything. This is just my honest opinion on this. I'm being brutally honest with this. And then there's just, a word on the screen that translates to August 22nd, 2022, just like the black screen. Credits played, except the song was replaced with shrill screams of the creature blended with the heavy rock. And then the episode ended. Okay, there's no context and no conclusion to the ending of it. There's no conclusion or anything. Like, I mean, it's there, but there should have been a better explanation for it. And that's literally something I don't understand why it's not there to begin with. It really should have. And it really doesn't make sense because it's not there. It just doesn't. And I just don't understand why it's not even there to begin with. It just... I'm sorry, people. My brain is not wanting to work today. I just literally wasted my brain cells reading this story. Like I said to the author, I'm sorry. I'm not doing this to be mean or anything. I'm just stating my own personal opinion on this story. And I hope you do understand that. Okay. Alright, I think this is pretty much, all I have to really say, but, yeah. That's pretty much all I have to really say about this. Yeah. This story wasn't that good. It could have had a good concept, but unfortunately that's just not the case. This is just cliches. There's stuff that didn't work out. The punctuation and grammar needs to be revised. Yeah. I would suggest, fix it, the story, but, make it better. Take your time with your story. Do not rush to finish your story, people. That's an important lesson of the day is do not rush to finish your story. If you can't finish it in a day, then take a couple days or something. Sometimes when I write, it could take at least a couple days or maybe a few weeks or something. Or maybe a few months or something at most, depending on what it is. But don't ever rush to complete your story. That's just not how it works. That's literally what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, I feel that this was rushed. That's just me. But yeah. Anyways, Fire Flower Films, yeah. I hope you understand that I'm only doing this to try and help you get better at your writing. That's literally all I'm trying to do here. I'm not doing this review to be a jerk. I'm just doing it because I want to help you get better with your writing. I see there's more potential in you, like I said before, but keep practicing. Eventually you'll get better at writing as you continue. I'm not trying to discourage you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just being brutally honest with this. So, anyways, like I'm always going to say, like I always continue to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion. If you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. Final rating of the story, 0 out of 10. I'm sorry, but that's all I can give it. The story wasn't that good. It could have been a good concept, but unfortunately, that's just not the case with this episode. I'm sorry, but that's just not the case, and that's not the way I see it. But like I said, this is just my opinion. If you disagree with it, that's fine too. So, yeah, there's a lot of issues with this story that I already went through. I don't need to repeat any of it. Let's just say it was cliched. Punctuation marks are non-existent. The grammar could use work. And everything the entire thing could have used a lot of work. And it could have been a good story, but that's not the case with this story. That just isn't the case. I'm sorry, but it's the honest truth. Like I'm just going to say right now, and like I always continue to say, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications so I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. As always, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, link to my Twitter account will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, if you guys want to go follow me on DeviantArt, link to my DeviantArt account will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on there. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, as link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys won't miss an update if you follow me on there. As always, that's pretty much all I have to say, but if I'm missing something, please let me know what it is in the comments below. But I'm pretty sure I covered most of everything, but if I'm missing something, please let me know what it is. Anyways, with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, roll the outro, because I'm out. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, please stay pretty.